Morning musings from the tiny little studio on this tiny little Greek island. And this morning, as I was making my coffee, grinding my beans, and pondering the day, my partner and I had this conversation, and I've been thinking about it ever since. And I can't remember, what it was exactly, but he said, well, if we were doing a different life, things would be different about a certain situation. And, I kind of thought about that and I said, they wouldn't. That saying the grass is greener on the other side. It's not, because you're on your grass. You go to the other side where the grass is greener, supposedly, but it's still you. So that grass is pretty much the same than the grass that you were on before, if that makes any sense. So it's like even if we moved from this tiny little Greek island and from the fishing artist lifestyle and found ourselves in a completely different life, let's say I'm living in Manhattan and I'm making my coffee in this beautiful, condo. My life is a completely different version of what it is today. We would not be any better or any worse. I would still be Vida making the coffee in this beautiful, espresso machine. And I may not have the same insecurities that I have in this expression of my life, but I would have insecurities. And they would probably be very similar, because when you filter it all down, insecurities, anger, things like that are, all based in fear. So there's some kind of fear happening that creates these insecurities. So it's not like if I have this glorious, beautiful wood, mahogany wood floored studio with my bookshelves and with my Persian rugs and with all of that, it wouldn't make me a better artist than if you're in your tiny little studio on the corner of your kitchen table. It has nothing to do with that. You are still you. You are still at the same level of your artistic abilities, whether you're in a grand mahogany studio or your kitchen table. And I'm thinking about that. It's just me with different experiences which would express themselves in a different way, but I would still be Vida in my tiny little studio, because this is my studio. This is my studio. And that is how my life would be. So I'm reminded of this beautiful song that was lyrics written by Sotia Tsotou. It was back in 1979, and music and vocals by Kostas Hadjis. Was one of my favorite Greek artists. I'll put a link below in the description later on today, and it's called Ap T Aeroplano, from the airplane, and it's a song that's showing how the world looks different when you get off the ground, get in an airplane, and you fly up and you look out the window, right? And the houses look like matchboxes and people like ants. And it's a song about creating, good morning, love. Nice to see you. It's a song about altering your perception and your perspective on things. So, it comes down to choice, right? You can stay on the ground where the houses are huge and people can be threatening or overwhelming or intimidating or whatever, and you can get washed up in that, or that's your perspective in that realm, or you can lift yourself up, get in that airplane and get onto a different perspective. In other words, become the fly on the wall and just take a look. What is going on? And it's a beautiful, beautiful way to just change your perspective on things. So, I play this song. I love this song, and I love the artist. I just love him. I play this song oftentimes when I'm stuck on a painting, as a reminder that it's all perspective. It's all perception, right? It's just how I'm looking at it. So if I'm really, really stuck on a painting, usually what I'll do is I'll put it aside and not look at it for a few days and then bring it back and then I can see it, or I put the painting in a mirror. I've talked about these things before, and I can usually see what's not working. But oftentimes what's not working in the painting is not what's happening in the painting. It's in here. And somewhere I have blocked my creative channel. There's a block somewhere. It could be anything. A worry about my kids, something that I got angry at a few days ago, which is just coming to like just, I don't know, just open up some space. So it has more to do with my perception of what's going on than what is actually happening. So oftentimes I'll just take the song, put it on, and sit with my painting. And I am always reminded that all it takes is to get into your airplane and rise up to a different perspective. Just look at things from a different perspective. The blocks, the difficulties, the fears, the insecurities are all different when you change your perspective. And it's humbling. It really is humbling. So yeah, I could have this big, huge studio. I could have the best coffee machine on the planet. I could have all the luxuries or a different lifestyle completely, but I would still be me. I would still have insecurities. I would still have fears. So I can't really change anything about myself by moving into a different lifestyle. I can change who I am today in this moment, in this lifestyle that I'm living on this tiny little Greek island. My husband's a fisherman. I'm an artist. We kind of live off the grid, sort of, just a different type of lifestyle. I can live that. And when I come back to my center, to my little airplane or to my tiny little studio and contemplate who I am and where I'm going and how I'm expanding into this other better version of me, because it's my choice to do so. I want that. When I get to that expanded version of me, my life changes and I will be able to see things from a different perspective. And I know Judy's with me. She understands me. And there are others. I'm sure you all understand what I'm talking about. So it brings me to my tiny little studio, to the paintings that I'm painting, the mistakes that I'm making, where I'm getting stuck. And it's not that I'm just getting stuck with my abilities, that I'm not able to do something. I'm also getting stuck with my ability to be fully me, to keep clearing away those blocks, to keep clearing away my own limitations, clearing away the fears. Just, thank you, sweetheart, clearing away all the things that I leave in this space. And the more I clear away, the more creativity flows through me, the more I expand, the more I grow, the more solid I become in who I am. My centers, my heart center, it becomes strong, solid. I am blessed with more confidence, and I don't know where it came from because I didn't have it before, and I'm 59, right? I mean, where does it come from? And it's not that I reach out and grab it. It's that I cultivate it and open to it. So those are my thoughts this morning on this tiny little studio. Being stuck means taking a break, means go listen to music. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know if I'm wise, honey, but thank you. But definitely just let go and take a look at yourself from a different perspective, a different level. And we can learn so much about life. And life is good where you are today, in this moment. And if you dream about something quote unquote better, all you need to do is love where you are right now. And that will expand you into the next version of this game called life in our tiny studios. Yes, Judy, life is amazing. It is beautiful. I'm very, very grateful to be here. Hope I get to be here for quite a bit longer and enjoy the things that are coming to me. So with that, you guys, be inspired, be creative, be you, breathe, get in your little airplanes, we'll rise above, take a look at things from a different perspective, be the fly on the wall, just keep opening and working this whole creative flow. I really enjoyed having you here today, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, everyone.